Okay, we're not even doing the normal intro today because I need to start by saying this is not a Xyrus deck review. I am not just the guy who reviews Xyrus. I do more than review tubes. If you see me in the street, do not call me the tube review guy. I'm getting really, really tired of it. So with that out of the way, Tomu, welcome to your deck review. For those of you joining us for the first time, this is a series where I, Maldown, normally a short form content jester. I didn't publish today's Commander Roast. Hold on. Anyway, short form content jester who has definitely published a video today. Uh, but instead of being loud and boisterous and rude, I will calmly and lovingly review your commander deck and its weird little PP. Your PP being your premise and your practicum. For this deck, the premise is Fisher's Talent, which is a card that turns fish tokens into octopus tokens. You might be thinking, I thought Xyrus made snakes. They do. The premise of this deck is that we will simply play Fisher's Talent, play Xyrus, play a thing that turns snakes into fish. It's not enough to do Maskwood Nexus. You have to do specifically, what was it? Where was this? There's like one, yeah, artificial evolution. So we can change the text of Xyrus to say he makes fish rather than he makes snakes. Um, that's really cute. It's very creative. I think the idea of trying to make the level 3 of Fisher's Talent work as a deck is awesome. And you also should not do it with Xyrus for one more fucking minute. I'm so sorry to say. You should cut this commander instantly and restart from the new 99. The problem we are going to have with this is Xyrus is too good. He is just too good. There will be too many opportunities to win the game in other ways before we get Fisher's Talent all the way there. You talked about like, oh, well, the mini game is we're not going to swing with our 1/1 snakes. It, like we talk a very big game about how funny it is. It worries me deeply unless you have already had this have massive success based on your ability to politic it. I have seen people sandbag interaction. I have seen people misplay a little bit. I have never seen anybody successfully navigate a deck where the premise of the deck was I am going to brutally misplay on board advantage. I've never seen it go well because objectively what you are doing when we strip away how affable you are, what references you make when you say the deck, what zingers you have, the mini game you present to people, you are putting them into a hostage situation until you do your thing. You can dress up that hostage situation however you want, but at the end of it is like, am I being kidnapped? No. Am I allowed to leave? No. Mm-mm. I'm just not gonna. I have a bunch of damage, but I'm not gonna swing it. Like I'm not gonna target Xyrus at one person, and I'm not gonna swing all this other damage at you, because that would be so unreasonable of me, and that's just so risky. So number one, what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to find a different commander that we can do for this, because doing Xyrus for this seems truly awful, especially ramp Xyrus. Like the one attempt we have made at powering down a Xyrus deck on this channel has been, okay, well, if you cut all your ramp and you can't play Xyrus early, then the snake advantage does not get that crazy and it's not that big a deal. But like, we have 20 ramp and we play Xyrus on turn 3 every game, I I just really worry. Like maybe if we can't do anything to make them not 1/1s, the damage doesn't get overwhelming. We somehow miss like all of our ramp. That's insane. Sure, we'll try a slower hand. So if we do this, we do planar genesis, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll get stomping ground out, sure. Fuck it, Ewit, get planar genesis back. Turn 4, Xyrus. Turn 5. Got 3. Okay, we get Fisher's Talent. We make we make 3 1/1s. So we do 4 mana, get Fisher's Talent done. I think we just want more mana development right now, so I'm gonna Planar Genesis. Get that out. Don't need another land. Oh wait, we do want it to be a land because we want it to make. We want it. Like I don't think we should be overlooking, uh, just making Fisher's talent work honestly, like with a different commander, whether it's like Bant or just Simic. Because can we can't do anything with it if it's not a land card. Oh well, maybe if we had copies of Fisher talent, maybe that is an avenue that would work. So we go turn 5, we have 3/1/1s. We have this at level 1. This was a land, so we make 1 fish. We'll pay 6. So now we are making octopi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we get Arbor Elf. We draw 3. We have 6/1/1s now. We go to our next turn. We make an octopi. Okay, I like this. I hate this part. We're already making 1/8/8, and it does not rely on this fuck ass Xyrus like arcane adaptation or whatever strategy. I think we can just make this work in a different shell. Like there's a lot of top deck control decks, and I think there's a lot of commanders and a lot of synergy that can do top deck control in bracket 2 without forcing you to misplay your deck like we're doing right now. And so we draw a card for turn. We have long-term plans on top. I don't want to have long-term plans on top. Is there anything I can do to make not long-term plans not be on top? I can cast Planar Genesis. Still don't have. Okay, I'm looking at Bant commanders first. Is commander ID? Oh no, I need color Bant. We definitely don't. Oh no, okay, hold on. Color equals Bant. Yeah. Okay. We definitely don't want Chulane. We definitely don't want Derevi. We definitely don't want Bumbleflower. We definitely don't want Helga. We definitely don't want Aang. We might be able to make Kellen the Kid work, which would be startling. But I'm thinking Kellen the Kid, I'm thinking Falco Spara. Falco Spara is a little bit weird because I don't know if we want to try to balance this +1/+1 counter synergy or like counter strategy on top of I don't know if we want to put that in the commander bag. It may not be useful to have it be in the commander bag. This lets us look at the top of our commander deck, but we can only cast aura and equipment, and we're going to have a Voltron deck, so it's probably going to be the commanders more important than the thing we're doing. This is Flicker. This is just a more fair card draw engine, certainly. Field counter, whatever. Give something flashback. That doesn't matter at all. Okay. So who I like is Kellen the Kid, because I think a lot of people think of Cast from Exile, but green, white, and blue all have ways to cast things from the top of their library. I think white is mostly limited to like creatures with power 2 or less. I'm thinking of Assemble the Players from Karlov, but like blue has ways to cast artifacts. I think they have ways to cast historic spells. Green can do creatures and they can play lands. And so I do think there's an angle where what is the tag for we can cast from top? Is castable from non-hand? Sure. Play from top. That's the tag. We do play from top. We do Commander Bant. 52 cards could let us play from the top of our library. There's Reality Chip. There's Realm Walker, but that would make us be Typo, which I don't think we want to be. There's Augur of Autumn. There's Courser of Crufix. There's Case of the Locked Hothouse. Um, there's fucking One with the Multiverse. There is Crystal Skull, but play historic lands is kind of rough. This is Angels and Humans, so it doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter because it's dragons. This is creature spells. Fortune Teller's Talent might get into the mix here. Fibblethip Lost on the Range is going to be our savior. That's creature spells, that's creature spells, that's artifact spells. Future Sight. I don't think we want Garruk's Horde. Lunar Whale. Which, like, Lunar Whale 3/5 is flying, not impossible. Okay, so let me think about that, because that's still tough. Because, like, I was playing Bracket 2 Commander this weekend, and this is, like, this Zyrus deck in front of me could hang with a precon for all the wrong reasons. I really dislike that we're not doing things to control the top of our deck. Like, the world I would much rather live in is to again go very greedy on cloning our own non-land permanents, and I would be like, I want I want 2 or more copies of Fisher's Talent on the field. I want a deck that has like 50 lands in it for some godforsaken reason so that I'm always hitting. Um, and then I just want to make a couple 8/8s every upkeep. And I want that to be the goal. And I want the thing that's going to get me there is maybe I have this lifelinking commander who's keeping my life total high. Uh, maybe I'm like trying to play from the top all the time and I'm getting a benefit from playing for the top of my deck otherwise. And I'm doing like, because you could do what would work, I think, very well, or could work potentially very well, is you are in Bant with Kel and the Kid. Many of your precognition engines are going to be centered around creatures and lands. We have a land heavy deck, we have a creature heavy deck. Having a creature heavy deck in Bant still allows you to play a lot of interaction because you can still play things like Skyclave Apparition, you can play things like Fiend Hunter, you can play things like Reclamation Sage, you could play things like Aether Channeler that bounce threats. Like the Aether Channel is kind of digging the bottom of the barrel in terms of removal on a body, but there's potential there to have interaction. Whereas right now we pick up we get such overwhelming advantage and then kind of refuse to use it, which hurts me. It hurts me so deeply, even though I love the Gone Fishing plan so much. And so, as much as it pains me to say, I think I really believe in Kel and the Kid for this, where we have a tutor package as well. Like, we have other creatures like Moonblessed Cleric. We have, let's see, OTAG, tutor, type, creature, commander, Bant. Okay, you know what? I want to pause this for a second so I don't rob you of your time, and I'm going to make a rough first draft of this in like 5 minutes, but keep the video short. Okay, I have spent like 10 minutes coming up with a rough draft of this nonsense. I have no idea if it's going to work. It's completely unbalanced overall, but I have a lot of I have a fair number of precog engines. I have every creature that does anything. You will probably end up changing some of these for like idyllic tutor. Maybe you can get into your playgroup to use enlightened tutor. There's probably tutor chains you can make of like transmuting stuff. I just didn't want to spend super long getting into the weeds. But the stuff I found along the way that could be helpful is like, what if we flickered Dune Mover? And what if that mattered? That seems amazing to me. That seems that seems like the heart and soul of what I want to do in Bracket 2 Commander is like, yeah, on my upkeep, um, I'm gonna make a token copy of Dune Mover, and that will actually guarantee me an 8/8 because I will put a basic land on top of my library and I will reveal it with my 3 copies of Fisher's Talent. Um, so we'll see if like this dog shit works at all. So we go turn one, Avacyn's Pilgrim. What this deck is probably the lightest on is it needs to shape up the like tutor and the tutor and impulse section. I went very creature heavy, very land heavy, make sure that we could make an attempt at doing this honestly. So we go Kellen the Kid, and then we go, okay, great. I believe Elvish Harbinger. This can either get Moonblessed or it can get Fierce. They are an elf. Okay. So Moonblessed Cleric goes to the top of our library. Holy shit, it was on top actually. So we do Moonblessed Cleric. Fisher's Talent is now here. We have 6 mana total. So we put Fisher's Talent on top, draw Fisher's Talent. Oh no, we don't have to go new turn. So, okay. Fuck that up a little bit. Stop paying attention to the turn timer now. We draw Fisher's Talent. Draw for our next turn, it's Yojimbo. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. Fisher's Talent. Great. We have 2 more mana. We could Anok Guide, but I would really, really like to hold. Would really like to hold Anok Guide for after we get this to the next level. So I think I'll use both the mana. Oh, I can't because it's white. I could probably have tapped this differently to have 2 mana left over to get this to level 2. So on our upkeep, we reveal a land, get to draw a card, then we draw for turn. We go land. And now turn 5, holy shit, yes. Okay, fucking beautiful. Maybe it's turn 6 in actuality, but we get to go 4 mana, level 3. 2 mana, Dune Mover. Land goes to top of our deck. What happens next? We go to our next turn. We reveal a totally basic land. We make an 8/8. We make an 8/8. We go land for turn, 6 mana, extravagant replication. They go, oh fuck, you made an 8/8. That's kind of cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 mana, Anok Guide. I put another basic on top of this fucking deck. Go, dude. Let's go. So I think that is, and like, so next turn we do, we take a command tower, close, close, shuffle, put this on top. Next turn, oh my god, a land. We put it into our hand, we draw. We get another one of these. We make a new Fisher's Talent. We're still kind of chunky, but like we have 2 massive blockers. We can remove something and set up a mild propaganda effect. I think what could be valuable here is thinking about like flicker stuff. At least spells like Parting Gust. This would be really good because it could both be removal and it could be flicker for the stuff like Moonblessed Cleric. After we get Fisher's Talent, we want to go get Extravagant Replication. There are reasons to reuse Aether Channeler. There are reasons to reuse Summon Yojimbo. The only thing we're really falling short of is we're not utilizing Kellen the Kid's text box very heavily because we didn't get a precog engine. Now, if we did more, if you replace some of these more like okay cards that I've put in, with like good search blue search cards that you already had in the Xyrus version of this deck, like Consult the Star Charts, like Stock Up, I think it becomes more realistic that you find one of the precog engines that's in the deck. And like, I think when you hit a precog engine, it goes very crazy because when we don't hit a precon engine, it at minimum can achieve the thing that you would like it to achieve. And if we're also free casting, if we're also putting lands into play, like it's very What I like about this version is it's easy to make a compelling case for why this is the thing you want to do. Versus with Xyrus, you have to be playing this fucking mind game about like, oh, well, why am I not doing the obviously stronger thing? I like calamari. Which, if you really believe in yourself as an actor, like, hell yeah, sell that shit, dog. Um, and like in that case, I think the deck is pretty solid, unless there's like any other tutors that we're sitting on. Um, oh yeah, Shadow of the Second Sun is dope. Doppelgang is dope, but Doppelgang, yes, it has the same problem you brought up in your primer, which is like it will just take over the game on its own. But I think Xyrus just has that problem, and I think like Shark Typhoon has that problem. Uh, Metallurgic Summonings kind of has that problem where you're gonna end up with like all these motherfuckers where it's like, why aren't you swinging them? I don't want it. Don't bother me. I don't want it. Don't bother me. Um, And it's like, yeah, they're good. They are good alternate targets for artificial evolution, but I think this is like a bridge too far. I think this is one step too far in the rickety bridge of your mind, and to stabilize it, we have brought in things that are good heavy hitters, and they just hit too heavy. Now, a lot of these, okay, we're transmuting for one. That's crazy, dog. But like you could still do long-term plans in Kel and the Kid. I think that's fine, especially with precog engines. And like that would be how I get there. This this deck, I think you have made a deck that definitely works for it. Um, I really don't think Fisher's talent will just sit around, especially if you go heavy on lands. And like honestly, you could just rip I won't even call it tech. You could rip the specific thing I did of play shit like Campus Guide in the Xyrus deck. Like just play stuff that will guaranteed trigger Fisher's talent. And that'll make it better. Um I don't like the all only swing with octopus claws. I hate the all only swing with octopus claws. um But I think your dream of a dream to make a deck that could meaningfully win just by making 8/8 octopi, I think that is real with Callum the Kid, and I think it is real in a way where it like the way you have built the deck, going for this 8/8 octopi shit is the best thing you can do. It's the best thing. It is the best thing we have prepared in this deck. Um, so I'll email this back to you. This one like definitely needs work. Again, this was just me being like, okay, what could get to Kellen on turn two? Because having a flying lifelinker is very important. If we hit uh, a precog engine, it'll be very helpful. But there should definitely be some more aggressive searching for the deck in this version. I just want to make sure I covered the bases of like I have a lot of creatures because most of my precog engines, and especially the green ones, are only caring about lands and creatures. I have creatures that remove things so that I'm not just playing solitaire. Da 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 da. But I think there's real potential here, and I hope that you are as about it as I am. So if anybody in the comments has a better idea, please let me know. Otherwise, I wish you the best, Tomo, and I do hope this helps.